We're just talking about City Skylines and the shit show that they made. Other than that, we're just chilling and building. I just realized I messed that up there, too. I did the same thing. I do like being able to pull something off the delete button like that. You know, it also helped that this game has a fantastic loop. I think the freeform building with clipping is really what helps this game out quite a bit. Like, you got a game like Foundry, which has a good cross between a lot of these games, but Foundry just doesn't have that. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, it's the nature of the game. Foundry is solid. It's a solid game. It feels like it's still missing something, though, in its game loop. Tectonica felt the same way to me. I think we'll see where Skylines ends up here in a couple years. The death nail for that would be if somebody is working on a city builder that we don't know about that has a lot of those features that we all love about that game. That would be that would kill it. Right now, it really doesn't have any competition on the market. Nobody's going to go back and play that, you know, EA killed City Skylines. Not City Skylines, SimCity. You know? I don't think there will be, Lee. I don't think you're going to see the investment in that. The community is, you know... City Skylines 1 came out at the right time. And it's not perfect. Oh, SimCity was a fantastic franchise. It was, EA bought Maxis like in the late 90s, I think. And EA does what EA does. EA is not run by gamers. EA is run by corporate suits and investors that have no clue about gaming, don't care about gaming. All they care about is money. And it shows in every product they have. City Skylines 1 came out right as the debacle with SimCity was going on. I think they came out about the same time, or close to it. But 4 was fantastic. All they needed to do was, for 4, for the new SimCity, was build on what they had on 4. You know? Yeah, that's right. And people were still playing. I think that the other SimCity, they were still not, it wasn't completely dead at that point. Skylines killed it. Really? This is why Lee is the expert. Okay. The last of it goes here. Oh, I hate this. This is where the vertical nudge would come in really flippin' handy. I just did the wrong one. Because I'm a goofball. There it is. Alright, floors are all in. Lots and lots of things to do. Yeah, I think it would be helpful. You know, you just... Okay. We have all the corner pieces in, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the corners in. This is gonna be... I think CS is... Skylines was... So Sim City was a mess, though. I will tell you what I think actually killed that in two ways. Is the always on feature probably killed it. More than anything else, because at the very beginning, making stuff pretty is just learning the techniques. And also getting to a point in the game where you're like, I'm not going to tear this down for a while. Okay. That's kind of the point. Why I haven't done much until now. Which is why I've really slowed down on progressing. Hey, Ecas. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Get some sleep. Enjoy the snow as much as you can. Thank you so much. Enjoy the hat. I will. I will enjoy the hat momentarily, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next stream. Once you have alternate recipes for the screws, you really only need rods for very few items. Mainly you need rods for building a lot of the buildables. Ooh. You gonna be dumb? You're gonna be dumb, aren't you? Sometimes this game is annoying. I haven't even built that yet. You're not even in the right place. Like, no wonder why you're not fitting. And you're still not in the right place. God damn it. Sometimes, I swear. I haven't set a timer yet. I need to set an alarm, actually. All right. I need to get this one in. See if I could get this one to snap. Yeah, well, yeah, it's been stupid. It's been stupid hot, and I haven't liked it at all. Summer has not gone away, although it has today. It's cloudy outside. We're supposed to get rain today, and then we might get, depending on how the storms play out, we're forecasted to pick up a couple of inches of rain tonight, which is good. Because we really need the rain, because we basically haven't had... fall is our second rainy season, and we haven't had any rain since early September. And even then, we didn't get a lot. That's usually how it works, though, right? Yeah, it's really dry. We haven't had any rain. All right, we're gonna put this on, get this done, then we're gonna go ahead and put on more. The only one that doesn't get this is that, because it's attached to the building, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure this out too. That's not going to stay that way. Okay. Yeah. The difference in responses to this and how the states handled said things is interesting too to me. Some states did a really good job of handling it, others didn't. The sad thing is I don't think we'll ever know the total death toll in North Carolina. I think they're way underestimating how many people died in the mountains. It was really, really bad. Yeah, but I'm only ever going to build it on this building, and I've already built it on the other, so it's not the end of the world. Because I probably won't use these floors again. It's something unique, basically. Yeah, it was, they had already had a lot of rain before that hurricane went through there. But it basically, absolutely demolished that part of North Carolina. And just for perspective, too, for those of you that, you know, may not, there's a massive silica mine just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, that got wiped out. Said silica mine is one that the primary semiconductor silica mines in the world for making chips. Got completely wiped out. Yes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah, but that production chain, you know how companies are. Everything is just in time delivery these days, so you don't get, you know. Thank you, auto industry, for that model. It was weird. Why did that not build in the right spot? There it is. Well, I don't have to do the one side. That's good. Yeah, and they've all gone to that because in you know, in theory, in theory they don't keep inventory on hand, so they don't have that sitting there on their books. From an accounting perspective, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense from a it doesn't take into account what happens if the supply chain breaks. We learned that during COVID. We learned that, you know, it's been happened multiple times. You've got to strike at a company that's a feeder company. All of a sudden, you can't get your product. Those type of things, I just don't you know, whatever. I'm not a... Yeah, no, that's the problem. I'm gonna get all the bottom ones done first, then we're gonna put the pillars on this thing, and then we'll put the walkways on it. And then we'll work on the building that has all of the fun stuff on it. Oh. Keep hitting the wrong button if you're wondering what I'm doing, which is normal. Actually, I think I could zoop that and it would go straight up. Yep. I forgot about that. It doesn't zoop the way that you want it to. Just in time was started here in the auto industry in the United States. They were the first one that comes to my mind that started. Especially when they had manufacturing all over the country, which they don't now. They used to ship a lot of that stuff by rail, and they used just in time for that. So the West Coast auto plants didn't keep stock. The trains had to run on time. And they did that all the way up through the early 80s until they closed most of the West Coast auto plants. They used just in time on those. Yep. Toyota is probably one of the more solid. That's a company that really understands their business and understands how the world works versus some of the others. Much better than American companies, that's for sure. American companies aren't focused on the long term like companies like Toyota. Hey, thank you for the follow, Chadeo. Welcome in. Hopefully you're enjoying our conversation about all the things that are wrong in America and the world and companies and Colossal Order. What's right about Coffee Stain. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Yep. We do, because oh, dog sleeping underneath me and I moved her. Yep. You're 100% right. And that is my problem with the... A lot of that comes from the rise of these large private equity firms that only care about that, you know, private equity firm claims, you know, they're there to invest funds for their investors and their, you know, people that have 401ks, but we have seen that those companies, I think, are very harmful. They are. They're not interested in the long term, they're only interested in the short term. So, hey, Mako, what's up, man? Which is why we have what we have today for... It's like the tech industry laying off all these veteran employees. You know, and then they're going to hire all these people back when it comes up. It's like, can you not just look long term? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to lie about that one. No worries. Should be able to do this one from the rock. Yeah. Yeah. This stuff I don't mind talking about. It's when it gets into the political side of it that you will note that if it gets political, I will shut it down. But, from what we're talking about here, this is just, you know, I think you find a lot of people have a lot of similar thoughts and viewpoints on things across the political spectrum, and what's right and what's wrong. There's a lot that's right and there's a lot that's wrong. It's I think the biggest problem is we've gotten so out of whack on everything that it's just a mess now. Yeah, you're 100% right on that. I see it in my neighborhood right now. Beautiful house just sold that's on the street that my street tees into. 100% that when they bought that, they sold that house. They're an older couple. I guarantee you that that was based on the fact that it already has a for lease sign on it, tells me that they sold to a private investor. And every single one of those houses we've had in our neighborhood that's gone up like that for the most part has completely just gone to crap, including the one that's across the street, which was one of the nicest houses in the neighborhood. Yeah. Hey, man. Fish tank. That's the fish tank that's behind you, right? On stream. I am out of coffee. This is a problem. I will refill my coffee mug momentarily. I'm glad I bought when I did. I really am. Yep, sweet. Alright, I think we've got all these done, except for the one corner, which is different. This is a good spot for me to take a real quick break and grab a drink. Well, my wife and I are in a different financial place than we were in we bought in 2012. We're now in a place where eventually we'll buy our property just outside of town or wherever we want to live. Oh, zoning. Yeah. You know, they talk about property values in the city I live in. It's like, if you're in the older part of town, there's a couple of slumlords that run the city I'm in. I'm convinced of it, because there's beautiful parts of town, beautiful buildings, beautiful everything, and they are just run. It's like these guys come in and they don't put anything back into the house. They literally, they rent it till it literally falls down. They condemn it, and then they never put another building on it. It's just sad, you know? Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get a drink. I need more coffee. We've got the flooring edge in, so I'm gonna come over here and crash into that. I'm gonna leave you guys real quick. Yep. Alright, so that's where we're at right now. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just go and turn the camera off and mute, so I'll be right back once I remember where the camera is. Okay, coming back. I had to open a new bottle of cream, and let's say, it was in the refrigerator in a part where it was really cold, and it didn't want to. Yeah, it was not frozen, but it was very solidified. I had to deal with it, so it took me a minute. Let me get the camera back on.